Hello class! So we are doing chapter 14 lesson 5 today. We're going to use a protractor to measure angles. If you don't have a protractor like this, that's okay. You can print one out. I have this template on Google Classroom. If you don't have access to a printer, that's also okay because I will be measuring each problem as we go, and then you can pause the video and then check the measurement. Okay, so let's look at example. Let's look at example 1. Henry drew the angle shown. Measure the angle. So there are 3 steps to measuring the angle. First, you need to line up the protractor. So place the center of the protractor on the endpoint of the angle with the straight edge along one ray. So here's the center of the protractor. Mine has a little hole in the center. I don't know if you can see it. There's a little hole. And I'm going to line it up with the straight edge of the ray. So let me move this like this. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. All right, so it's lined up and it looks like it's pointing to 70. Okay, so from 0, this first ray, to the second ray is 70 degrees. Okay, and if this is difficult for you to see the tick mark, you can also find another ruler or a straight edge and then just line it up so you can see the degrees more accurately. Okay, yeah, so like this. Oops, kind of like that, if that makes sense. All right, now we already read the tick mark and it shows 70 degrees. All right, let's move on to the second problem. Example 2, measure the angle, use a protractor. So again, the same 3 steps. You're going to line it up. Okay, make sure the endpoint is in the center and then the straight edge of the ray matches. And looking at it, it looks like it's between 120. So from here, this is 0. From here to here, the first ray to the second ray, it looks like it's between 120 and 130 degrees. So I'm going to say it's about 125 degrees. So check, be sure that you read the protractor correctly. The angle is obtuse, so choose 125, not 55 degrees. Okay, so what it's saying is do not get confused. Do not measure it from here to here because the first ray is here. So it should be from here to here and not from here to here. Okay, all right, guided practice. So I'm not gonna speak. I'm going to speak, but I'm not going to tell you the answers. I want you to kind of figure this out on your own. So I'm just going to place my protractor here. And if you don't have a protractor, you can see how many degrees would you say this angle is. Okay? You can pause the video and check. If you're like maybe 5 degrees off, that's okay. I know this is difficult, so just try your best. All right. Number 2, so here's the center, it's lined up. Let me zoom in for you. You can pause the video if you need more time. Okay, so from 0 to what? All right, number 3. It's gonna go like this. So here's the center. Okay. I know this is difficult. Okay, you can pause the video if you need more time. If you have a protractor, you can skip the rest of the video and just do it on your own. But if you don't have a protractor, then please watch the rest of the video because I will be placing my protractor on top of each angle. All right, number 4. Oops. Okay. Number 5. So just kind of estimate, okay? It looks like it's between 120 and 130 closer to 130, I would say. All right, number 6. Okay. Now we're going in the other direction. Okay, so 0 to what? Okay, so look at it this way. So this one, it's a little different because instead of measuring it on my right side, I'm measuring it on my left side of the protractor. So it's about 30 degrees, okay, not 150. Okay, because from the first ray to the second ray is about 30 degrees. All right, number 7. Okay, this one, you don't really need to measure, okay, because you know the measurement of right angles, right? But I'm gonna show it to you anyway. All right, it's upside down, but that's okay. All right, number 8. Okay, so for this one, remember, you're not looking at the right side of the protractor, you're looking at the left side, okay? So 0 is on my left side now, not my right side. All right, number 9. Now 0 is on my right side. Number 10. Sorry. Give me 1 second. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand. Okay. So 0 is on my right side. Number 11. Okay, I'll give you a clue with this one. The angle is a straight angle, so think about what do you know about straight angles? Okay, what do they measure? It's a half turn. That's another hint. All right, now number 12, you don't have to measure it. You're just going to tell me which numbers from 8 through 11 have at least one acute angle. All right. Number 13, you don't need to measure. Number 14, let's see. Sue drew 2 angles that share a common endpoint and a common ray. One angle is 20 degrees. Measure the other angle. Then measure the angle formed by the 2 angles together. So this one you do need to measure. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm gonna measure this part. So it looks like, so 0 is on my left side, okay? So this first angle is 20 degrees, and the second angle, okay, from the first angle, first ray to this third ray, it's pointing at about 55 degrees. So what would you have to do to figure out the measure of the second angle? Okay, if this whole thing measures 55 degrees, and the first angle is 20 degrees. So what would you do to figure out the second angle? Okay, so 55, what? Add or subtract 20? All right, so think about that. And then number 15, you don't have to measure it. Okay, you can if you want, but if you know this whole thing has a measure of 170 degrees and this is 40 degrees, what would you have to do to figure out this part? Would you add or subtract 40? And number 16, you're going to be drawing quadrilaterals. Remember, quadrilaterals are figures with 4 sides. And make sure that each quadrilateral has at least one angle that measures less than 90 degrees. So this you will not submit to me on Google Forms. You will do on a separate sheet of paper. Okay, and then number 17, just answer this question on Google Forms. All right, I know this was difficult. Thank you for trying your best. And remember, if your measurements aren't completely accurate, please don't worry. I know this is difficult, especially if you don't have a protractor, okay? So just try your best. All right, thank you.